Everything is falling perfectly into place for the Buffalo Bills, and this could be massive for implications later on in the season. So let's talk about it all right here. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bills Digest. I'm your host, Anthony Senicar, and we are officially in the full swing of the NFL season. We are a quarter of the way through, but there's one issue. 73% of you guys who are watching this video right now are not subscribed to the channel. Subscribe, join the army here at Bills Digest to stay in touch with all your latest Bills news, because we got you guys covered from wall to wall. And like I said, guys, everything fell perfectly into place this past weekend for the Buffalo Bills. They end up beating the New Orleans Saints at home, at Highmark, at 1 o'clock, 31-19. It wasn't a pretty win, but it was a win. Josh continues his early MVP campaign, finishing off the day with 209 yards through the air, 2 passing TDs, 45 yards on the ground, 1 rushing TD, and 1 interception, his first one of the year. The Bills still continue their NFL streak of leading the point differential, moving to 26 games now. On top of that, Khalil Shakir looked very, very good, having that big touchdown to open up the scoring for the Bills. But there's one guy who I want to talk about in particular who might be the difference maker for the Bills and Josh Allen, that being the man who just signed the big-time contract, Mr. James Cook. Finishes off the day with 135 and 1 touchdown and 3 receptions for 22 yards. Another phenomenal day, ties a franchise record for most games consecutive TDs at 8, and it looks like he went from a running back who the Bills rotated through with Ray Davis and Ty Johnson. He looks like a workhorse back for the Bills. Don't just take my word for it. Right now, James Cook has seen running back shares of 86 and 92% over the last 2 games. Those are both top 5 shares of his entire career. That is workhorse number. Ray Davis is barely touching the field. Ty Johnson is in situational third downs, and James Cook is the spark and the guy that is going to take pressure off of Josh when he needs it. And it has been a slow build for James Cook and the Bills, but we are seeing it slowly graduate, and I think we're kind of seeing the full plan right now. Percentage of plays where James Cook touches the football. 2022 in his rookie year, 10%. Moves up to 25%, 23% last year, and now 33%. A quarter of the Bills' plays, Jimbo is touching that ball. That shows how much confidence Joe Brady and Josh Allen and Sean McDermott have in James Cook. And I think having a combo of James Cook and Josh Allen is going to be what unlocks this Bills offense fully. On days where Josh doesn't have to be Superman, you can rely on James Cook. And I think now with this contract, it is showing that he is definitely worth the number that he signed for. He is a top 5 back in this league, in my opinion. He has taken, everybody was worried about him signing that contract and not being able to be a bell cow running back like a Saquon Barkley, like a JT, like all these other guys, and he has taken that role and done it and is running away with it completely. A guy who knows how to get hit properly, is not taking big hits. There was that play where you could see that the Bills have said, hey, don't go for extra yards if you can just run out of bounds. Runs out of bounds, doesn't get himself and his body in positions to take big hits. Someone who's slippery, someone who does really well in short pass and screen game, who can burst one for a while. And I think this James Cook contract is going to look very good, and I think it is going to add another dimension to the Bills offense. We're already seeing early prizes of it in the season so far. I think teams and defensive coordinators are going to have to game plan for both Josh Allen in the passing game as well as James Cook in the running game. You want to run 2 high shell safety? Fine, we will run it down your throats. Saints ran a too high shell safety, like I talked about in the preview, at 66 or 68%. What did the Bills do? Take advantage of that, turn the ball, and hand it off to James Cook, and he had another 100-yard rushing day. Going from the offensive side of the ball to the defensive side of the ball, like I said, it was not a pretty win for the Bills, and the positional battle was not good for the Bills. They put themselves in situations where the Saints had opportunities to get points and get points with a very short field. Average starting field position. Bills on the 25-yard line. Saints on the 39-yard line. Bills are backed up inside the 15-yard line 4 times, all in the second quarter, keeping them from putting the Saints away much earlier. Saints started in Buffalo's territory 4 times, scoring only 6 points on the drives. The Bills' defense stepped up big, but there's still one glaring problem for the Bills, and that is their run defense. The Bills' run defense through the first 4 games, 23rd in EPA rushing attempt or rushing yards, 29th in yards before contact, 32nd in yards after contact, 32nd in yards allowed for 10-plus yards, 30th in yards allowed or yards per rush, 24th in stuff rate, 27th yards over expected, and 27th yards over expected rush. Alvin Kamara and the other Saints backfield had opportunities to run on the Bills. The Bills allowed opportunities for this, and this is going to be a glaring issue for the Bills for the rest of the season, and the Saints took advantage of that. I thought the Bills would go in with the opportunity to try and stop them, but let's not forget the Bills do have reinforcement coming in Ogunjobi, Hesht, and Oliver, who didn't play. Greg Rousseau was dealing with an injury that just came out that he got a bone bruise in the Ravens game. It looks like he is dealing with a minor injury there. AJ Epenesa played hurt, had the game-closing sack to win the game for the Bills. But the Bills will get reinforcements, and this rushing attack or rushing defense will kind of work its way back into what it is. But I want to talk about the secondary and one player in particular who stepped up big. He was talked a lot of being someone who has not stepped up, hasn't had time to gel in the secondary with Taylor Rapp. That is Cole Bishop, who had the play of the day for the Bills and one of the best interceptions, what I think is going to be on the season. That one-handed interception was phenomenal by Cole Bishop. If we just take a look at the play in general, phenomenal job by Cole Bishop. Look at that. Coming down from the safety spot, diagnoses the play perfectly, and gets that beautiful one-hand interception. We complained about how Cole Bishop wasn't able to process plays quick enough. Look at that. Coming on the right side of your screen, coming all the way down, processes it quickly, goes around, one-handed catch. Phenomenal from Cole Bishop, and we are starting to see signs of life in Cole Bishop and signs of a very good starting safety in this league. He is processing the game quicker. The game is slowing down for him. He is making splash plays like Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde were making, and I think we are going to see a nice development of Cole Bishop for the rest of the season. I am very excited because this Bills secondary needs a spark, and if Cole Bishop can get to continue playing the level that he just played, it will be a very good season for the secondary and one less thing to worry about. So hats up to Cole Bishop, hats off to James Cook. The Bills are getting guys in positions to succeed, and I'm very excited about it. And like I said, the pieces are falling into place perfectly for the Bills, not just with players, but as well as seeding. We are on the watch for the 1 seed, and it was a good weekend for the Bills. The Bills are in position with the 1 seed. The Chargers get upset by the New York Giants, which is very, very big. The Baltimore Ravens lose to the this was taken before the Kansas City Chiefs game, but the Baltimore Ravens were my apologies. The Baltimore Ravens were beat by the Kansas City Chiefs. So it looks like the Bills are in a position to in full control of that 1 seed. It could have not gone any better for the Bills with a Giants upset over the Chargers. The Ravens, who the Bills have a 1-game advantage tiebreaker on, are now back 3 games. Kansas City is still back 2 games, still having to play the Bills. The Chargers lost got upset by the New York Giants, lost their other starting tackle in Joe Alt, so we'll see how they recover from that. But it was a good weekend for the Bills. Not a pretty one, but a win is a win. The Bills move on to 4-0. Now we focus our efforts onto the New England Patriots and rookie or second-year quarterback Drake May on Sunday Night Football. We got you guys covered all week with Patriots week. So subscribe, leave your comments below. What are you guys expecting from this Patriots game? And are you guys excited for James Cook and Cole Bishop? And what are you guys worried about? Should we be concerned about that Bills rush defense? And like I said, what are you guys excited about? Leave your comments below. I love to hear from you guys as always. And like I said, guys, please subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so every little bit helps. And like I said, we got you guys covered from wall to wall. So subscribe, stay in touch, stay informed, and as always, guys, go Bills.